Neighbor Rose here, going on a walkabout today. Got my Garmin Forerunner 610 GPS watch, got my heart rate monitor on, got my foot pod to track my movement and foot distance and whatnot, and wanted to share with you the journey I've been on. So about 2 months ago, I weighed about 332 pounds and realized, okay, I'm a nerd, but I got to do something about my health. So I decided to get out and about, start looking at ways how I can improve my health, eat better, and be able to tie my shoes without grunting every time. So started looking around, investing in some good measurement tools. Garmin's been a huge part of that. I have the Garmin Forerunner 610, got an Edge 800 for my bike with the cadence sensor, got the heart rate monitor, I have a Tanita digital scale so I can track my weight and water percentage and fat percentage and all kinds of fun things that the Tanita scale measures. And I use MyFitnessPal to track my food intake and all that kind of stuff. So I'm about 0.9 miles into my walk here. I'm walking down the Subway to get a 6-inch oven roasted chicken breast with nothing else on it, just the veggies. And then walking back home, I'll show you what the journey looks like and the kind of data that gets collected. It's pretty cool. So a lot of people keep asking me, well, how do you lose weight? And being the nerd, I said, well, if you want to change something, measure it. That's the first thing. Second thing is use controls, scientific method and all, and educate yourself and talk to your doctor. Big time deal. So essentially what I'm doing, two things: food and exercise. So what I'm putting into my body, fuel, and eating clean. Essentially what I'm doing is when I go shopping, I shop around the outside of the store, not outside the building, not dumpsters or anything like that. Let's not get too silly. No, but outside, you know, the outside perimeter of the inside of the store, where you have your meats and your vegetables and simple breads and things like that. And I try and eat things that you can eat with your hands. So simple food, don't use dressings or, you know, marinades or anything like that. Try and keep a low sodium as well. And you know, that's been working out really well. I use MyFitnessPal to keep track of my intake, and that's helped me learn what portion control is all about. I use smaller plates now. Half my plate is full of greens. I usually have between 3 and 6 ounces of meat whenever I do have meat. And that's a huge difference from the 16 and 20 ounce steaks I used to have. And yeah, increasing the vegetable intake really does make a big difference. It's huge. So the main things that I've really learned is just eat simple, prepare it yourself. Eating out is, if you look at everything that's in there, it's high sodium, high fat. And as much as I love eating out, I do want to live longer, get down to a good, reasonable, healthy weight, and just have fun. I'm tired of being tired, you know. Enough is enough. So on the getting out and about front, I've been tracking all my activity using Garmin Connect. So when I go off for a walk, I throw on my Forerunner 610. Got my heart rate monitor on, foot pod on, track the results, and I can definitely see my body responding. You know, my heart rate is better during these activities. I can go faster, and I can calculate how many calories I'm burning based on my weight and all that. And it really does help make a difference. On my bike, I have an Edge 800, and I use that with my cadence sensor to help track how well I'm doing on my bicycle. And that really makes a big difference too. I can see myself getting better and things like that. So, you know, just getting out and about makes a huge difference. So another thing is I do a lot of walking for simple stuff, like walk into the grocery store with my reusable bags, or walk into lunch. You know, I typically don't eat out that much, if at all anymore, but you know, like if I'm at work, I'll walk to a nearby sandwich shop, get a simple sandwich, and walk back. Or if I'm at home, I can go walk to a close by place. You know, just enjoy it. And people seem to have forgotten that, you know, if you can walk to some place and not drive your car or truck or whatever, you know, you actually exercise without even realizing it. You know, even if it's just a little bit of a distance, gets you out of the house, right? So we'll check in a little further up the road here, see how it's going. Well, we're about 1.5 miles into the journey here. It's actually 2 miles from the house. But it's a nice warm day here in Southern California. Burned 370 calories so far in 1.5 miles. Not too bad. Probably looking at about 800 or 900 calories for the walk, the whole walk. And that's pretty good. Getting out and about, getting some lunch. As you can see, we're doing pretty good on the journey. And almost 400 calories. Almost 400 calories there. So we'll keep going. Well, it's 2.08 miles, and we're coming up to Subway finally in 38 minutes. Not bad. So we'll be getting some grub and catch up with you in a little bit. Alright, well, that was a killer lunch. Had a 6-inch wheat oven roasted chicken breast with lettuce, spinach, what else? Oh, bell peppers and avocado. It was real tasty. Had some water too, so I'm ready to head back, start the second leg of the journey. Just getting out about. Yeah, one thing that was really interesting is I've realized that I used to drink a ton of soda and all that stuff too. Now it's just straight up water. Still have to have my coffee in the morning, so I started using almond milk, unsweetened almond milk, instead of creamer. And I use Sweet and Low for my sweetener. I just kind of grew up with it, and that's the taste I like with my coffee. So a little bit of coffee with my cream and sugar, as it were, the expression goes, but now it's almond milk and that. So yeah, it's a good day, getting out and about and walking along, having a good time. So that's what it's all about, having fun. So here we are on the walking back. We're 1.43 miles into the trip, so doing pretty good on the leg back. Well, here are the numbers. 2.11 miles, 40 minutes, 504 calories, and a good heart rate going there with it. So let's go look at Garmin Connect now.
Here we are at Garmin Connect, and I'll go ahead and log in and show you the data that was collected from the trip. So here's the health data that I wanted to share with you. My original starting weight way back in the day was 332.6 on August 28th, and it's been coasting down steadily and slowly down to 295.5 today. So it's turning out pretty good. And here's the data recording screen for the event. Here's the starting point here, and walked all the way along Thousand Oaks Boulevard here, and went all the way up here to Subway. And as we look at some of the data here, 2.13 miles, 39 minutes, 24 seconds, 490 calories, average moving time, pace, all that kind of fun stuff, heart rate, good getting things going. And you can see some of the really cool charts that they have. We can pull down here and see, the pace, elevation, heart rate coming back up at the end. Pretty typical for me these days. And you can see the cadence pretty steady there for the whole time. Then I shut up, and we'll go ahead and look at the coming home trip. And here's the coming home trip, starting here at Subway, going all the way back along Thousand Oaks Boulevard, and heading back to the end point there. 2.12 miles, 40 minutes, 508 calories, average moving time, average heart rate, speed. And as we come down and look at the charts here, and you can see how the pace was, the stoplights. The elevation is exactly the same as it was before, but in reverse. And you can see the heart rate coming up here and then kind of steadying back down here towards the end. And a pretty constant pace, except for the stoplights. So I wanted to show you the player option here next. So here's the player option. Has a really cool feature that you can do to replay your ride and see data at different points. And so I'll just go ahead and click play here. And you can see the bars down at the bottom with all the various data on how all the measurements were going at the time. And you can see when I had to stop at stop sign or stop lights and whatnot going down. And it's just kind of neat to see all the data being played back in real time. And if we go back, we can also change things like heart rate in comparison to elevation. And we can go back to the beginning. You can kind of click through the different points and replay the data based on different things. So it's really neat to just play with the different data points, see how things are going, and they have different modes for the visual, for the maps and things like that too. So it really is pretty cool going through the data afterwards, seeing how things are.
Well, I hope you enjoyed going on that walkabout with me today. Woke up this morning 37 pounds lighter. Thought I'd share some thoughts on how things have been going. Still have a ways to go to get to where I want to get to, weight-wise and fitness-wise. But I know with Garmin's help and all the great technology they have and all the really, really cool support they have on Garmin Connect, I'm sure I'll get there in no time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you'd like to learn more about Garmin, go to Garmin.com. They have a lot of really cool devices. And I'll be putting more information together about the Edge 800 unit for the bike. And continue doing more geocaching and wheel marking. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking the channel. And until next find, Zebra Rose.